In this lecture, we will see how to allow a job to fail and continue executing the next jobs of a pipeline. So until now in this pipeline, we have two jobs. We have the unit test job and the code coverage job. Okay. And the two jobs are part of the test stage. We will add another stage here. We will call it the Docker stage. And after the code coverage job, we will create a new job. We will call it Docker build. So in this job, we will simulate building a Docker image. The Docker job will be part of the Docker stage. And in the main script of the job, we will simply echo a message, for example, executing the Docker build job. Now let's commit the changes. So for the commit message, add the Docker build job. So the changes are committed successfully. Now let's go here to pipelines. So we see that now we have a new pipeline running. Now in this pipeline, we have two stages, the test stage and the Docker stage. In the test stage, we have the code coverage job and the unit test job. And in the Docker stage, we have the Docker build job that we have created a few seconds ago. So now we see that if the code coverage job fails, the next job will be skipped. Okay. So here it indicates that the Docker build job is skipped, and that's because the code coverage job failed and the pipeline is marked as failed. So let's say that we want to change this behavior. We want to allow the code coverage job to fail. So if the job fails, we want to continue processing and executing the next jobs. Okay. So for that, we can use the allow failure keyword at the job level. So if we go here to the CI CD YAML syntax, so here if we scroll down, we find that we can use at the job level the allow failure keyword. So here we can use the allow failure keyword to determine whether a pipeline should continue running when a job fails. It can be set either to true or false. If it is set to true, so here we allow the job to fail and we allow the pipeline to continue executing the jobs. And if it is set to false, so if the job fails, the next jobs will be skipped and the entire pipeline will be marked as failed, as we see in this pipeline. Okay, so it can be set to true or false, and also it can be set to exit codes. So it can be set to one exit code as we have here. So if the pipeline exits with this exit code, the 137, the job will be allowed to fail and the pipeline will continue processing the next jobs. Okay, and here because we exit with the exit code 1 and we allow the job to fail with this exit code, so the job will fail. Okay, because the job will be allowed to fail with only this exit code, the 137 exit code. So for the exit codes keyword, it can be set to a single exit code or it can be set to an array of exit codes, as we have here in the second job. So here the exit codes keyword is set to an array containing these two exit codes. So the job will be allowed to fail with either the 137 exit code or the 255 exit code. So for example, the test job 2 will exit with the code 137. So even this job will fail, the pipeline will continue executing the jobs coming after this job. So let's go back now to the web IDE. And here, so to allow this job, the code coverage job, to fail, we will set the allow failure keyword to true. So we will set the allow failure keyword to true. So now the code coverage job will fail, but because we have set the allow failure keyword to true, the pipeline will continue executing the jobs coming after the code coverage job. Okay, so let's commit the changes and see the execution of the pipeline. So for the commit message, we allow the code coverage job to fail. So the changes was committed successfully. Let's go back here to the pipelines. So now a new pipeline is triggered. So here we see a warning indicating that the code coverage job has failed. And now the pipeline moves to the execution of the Docker build job. Okay, so even if the code coverage job fails, the pipeline continue executing the jobs coming after the code coverage job. So now the Docker build job was completed successfully, and the pipeline will be marked as completed successfully. And this warning at the pipeline level is coming from the failed job, which is the code coverage job. So whenever we want to allow a job to fail and we want the pipeline to continue executing the jobs coming after the failed job, we can do that using the allow failure keyword. So that's all for now. Thank you very much, and we will continue in the upcoming lectures.